Welcome to another episode of OG55. I got Tommy Tune in the building. We are talking about Universal Horror Unleashed. He was there, a grand opening weekend. He had an absolute blast. We're going to talk about his experience. Is the experience worth the price tag? How long of an experience? Is it a full day, not a full day, half day? We're going to talk about it. We're going to break it down. We got Tommy Tune in the house up next on OG55. Welcome aboard, everybody, to another episode of OG55. Today, I'm joined by the one and only Mr. Tommy Tune. He is fresh off of that Universal Vegas experience. Tommy, how you doing, bro?
What's up, OG? Thanks for having me on, man. I'm pumped. Yeah, I was out in Vegas for almost a week, and I was at Horror Unleashed for like 3 days straight. So, I got a lot going on, a lot to talk about, a lot to say, because a lot of stuff shifted from the first day to the third day, to be honest. So, we could talk because I know a lot of people hit Midsummer, so they were only talking about the first day.
Yeah, no, it's cool. I'm glad that you went all 3 days like that. You got a really fleshed out experience. You really got to soak it all in. We're going to break it down. But before we do, Tommy, where can everybody find you on social media?
Yeah, right on. You can find me at Tommy Tune World on YouTube. A lot of food reviews, Vegas and theme park stuff. Get on there quick. Then also on Instagram, more day-to-day activities at TommyTune_.
There he is. All right. So everybody subscribe to Tommy Tune World. I'll be linking his channel down below. He does fantastic content. He does a lot of theme park stuff, themed experience stuff, food reviews, even some WWE stuff, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he does a lot of great content. Make sure you check him out in the description down below. He's a friend of the channel, so support this man. So, Tommy, I'm going to play your video while we kind of talk about this. If there's anything like that we pass by that you want the audio for, just let me know and I can pause it. We can play it with the sound. But before we get started, let me hit play. Okay. And okay, so out the gate. Now you did 3 days here, right? It's a standalone venue. It's a themed experience. It's not a theme park, but it's definitely a themed, experience. Overall thoughts. How do you rank this? Did it meet your expectations? Did it fall short? What are you feeling?
So I may be jumping around from day to day, so bear with me. But so I have a lot of opinions. Starting it out, I went in doing this as a horror fan. So I kind of treated this like HHN. I was like, I should probably do 3 days because I always like to go to HHN for 3 days straight. So I locked in the 3 days. I did one unlimited walkthrough of the houses, and that was with Conductor. We ended up pulling through for that on a Friday. And let me tell you, that was the coolest thing. To me, it's almost like HHN because you have to have balance. And, and plus for the actors, you have to have downtime, right? So it's hard to think like you're going to get the perfect walkthrough the first time. Right. And of course, just like Horror Nights, Horror Unleashed is the same. You don't get it every time. So the more chances you could go through it, the more you could experience it, especially talking from a horror buff, then, the better in my opinion. So of course, it's a smaller venue than an HHN because they use a whole theme park, like what you have been, and it won you over, right? OG, like what do you think? Like, HHN won you over, right?
Yeah. I mean, look, I've said it before on the channel where it's like I don't really like horror movies. I'm not like super into Halloween, so I really went to HHN for the homies, for Eva and everything. We were just going through. I was really going for the company.
Right.
I wasn't expecting to be blown away by the experience because it's not really my thing. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like if you don't like musicals or animation and you walk into Beauty and the Beast and you walk away like, wow, that was the best movie I ever saw. It's kind of shocking, right?
Right.
So it's like that for me. So I loved it. I loved it enough where I want to go again this year. So,
Right.
now is this kind of a similar, how would you like, this is a similar vibe, but different enough, you would say?
So let me start out by saying, in my opinion, this is geared towards HHN fans. And I've come to this conclusion. I haven't heard really anybody talk about this, is that I wonder if Universal took the average of prices and tickets for HHN Orlando and Hollywood and saw how lucrative it is. So no one else, just let alone just the people that paid to go to Halloween Horror Nights, they looked at that aspect and said, if a chunk percentage of these people go to Vegas, we'll be successful. Because that's what I'm thinking at this point, because, I think only horror buffs are going to go to this. It's more geared towards adults. It's definitely not the family vibe, like, or bring, to me, it's like not bring your kids,
Right.
and like that. But to me, it's more or less like, I want to go out tonight. What kind of themed bar should I go to? Because, Vegas got all the theme stuff there.
Oh yeah.
Any type of theme, the ice bar, Five Below, go be cold in there and drink out of the cold, ice cup. Here, it's like, oh, I want to go to a horror event and drink. That's what it feels like. HHN is huge, right? It's massive. I feel like this is the little chunk that they take out for that percentage that wants it on the side, which a lot of people talked about. But a lot of people have been saying too, like, can it make it? I guess time will tell, right?
Well, and here's the thing, right? You're absolutely correct on that. It's much more of an adult driven sort of experience, which is really perfect for Vegas, because Vegas is an adult town.
Right.
It's a lot of gambling, a lot of clubbing, a lot of like strip clubs, and really adult entertainment, basically, right? So
Right.
When Universal set out to make a themed experience in this city, in Vegas, you got to go more
Right.
adult. Like I even said, like if Disney ever got into this game in Vegas with a standalone thing, you couldn't do like a Disney princess venue like here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It'd have to be Marvel or Star Wars or something a little bit older, right? So I think they hit the tone perfectly. In terms of will it stay, I think that really depends on basically Universal's creativity in the evolution of this venue. So
Agreed.
you said it's for horror fans, right? And I think you're right on that. But if they want to expand too, they could, right? Because like Universal was really smart with Universal Fan Fest, where they took that HHN maze concept and they reconfigured it for the nerd, right?
Right.
So now you're walking through Dungeons and Dragons, but it's like that same HHN kind of vibe though, like concept. So I mean, theoretically, bro, in January when like the holidays are over, Halloween's well behind us, I mean, maybe they could switch this out into more a nerdy thing, like a fan fest for like 6 months, where you go through a Back to the Future maze or some stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I think the success of this thing really hinges on their willingness and their ability to transform this space the rest of the year. You know what I'm saying? So
I know what you're saying, 100%. And shout out to Ranking the Mouse. I was hanging out with Sean this weekend. Me and him were kind of analyzing the building at one point and inside and all the structures. And we kind of came to a point, and people leave in the comments too, if you guys think the same, if you've been there. I was looking, and Universal Monsters looks very permanent, and Scarecrow looks very permanent. And the thing is, Exorcist and Chainsaw both kind of go in and have all their structures, and it looks very intricate and it is detailed, but I could see them digging that out and putting in two different ones, but we don't know yet. People have said that they're going to change them out. I have not read anywhere that said that. And who knows, Chicago just may be another permanent 4. But me and Wizard were actually also talking, and we're thinking, like, is 4 houses enough? And, later on, I thought to myself, maybe 6, because if we're not buying unlimited and you can't go through multiple times and I'm only getting 1 drink and 1 item of food, let's say let's give them the benefit, one entree and one dessert. Mind you, the prices are pretty legit. Like we went to Premier House, right, which is the Blumhouse spot.
Yeah.
I think you would love that spot, OG. You'd be locked in on that one. They got fire drinks, the food's affordable, it's themed, it tastes good. Like it hit the spot. Like that's what I'm saying. Like you kind of have to pay to get in, and you're paying for the house walkthrough. Then everything else you have to pay for. You have to pay for the food. You have to pay for merch. You have to pay for alcoholic beverage. So I thought also that maybe they should have put a door on the outside of the Premier House so people could come in and go to the Blumhouse restaurant, because I don't know if they're selling themselves short with just that. But, it gets packed, man. Like, it just people going in there, bro. Like, for instance, like if you go there, OG, would you get a drink and some food, or what would you do? Just go for the experience?
Yeah, I would do the whole Unleashed experience. Like that I think that food and drink element of this is part of the whole package. I think actually, I got to be honest with you, the whole like crazy looking bar thing is like a selling point for me, man. I mean, I really love themed bars and stuff like that. I think it's a lot of fun. So I think I would definitely do the bar. I get some food. And see, that's why when people say, well, this thing is only like an hour experience or something, I'm like, nah, it really isn't. Because I think with something like this, obviously it's never going to be like a full day, right? It's not a theme park. But I think if you go in there and you have a few drinks, you get yourself a meal, and you kind of pace yourself with the mazes, you could spend a few hours in there, man. And I think for the price, I think that's worth it. And here's the other thing too. We also have to put this whole thing in a broader perspective as well. This is one piece of your overall Vegas experience, right? So if you have a bunch of college kids going to Vegas and they're planning on hitting the clubs, hitting the bars, doing, all that cool stuff, and to have one day on a Saturday to do something like this as part of your overall Vegas trip, dude, that's solid, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously this isn't a venue that you're gonna like obviously for grand opening, you go there just for the grand opening, but in terms of like tourists and stuff like that, they're not going to fly all the way to Vegas just for this. But it's not meant to be just for this. It's meant to be for a part of your Vegas trip. And I think that it does a lot of great stuff in regards to that context. You know what I'm saying?
I totally get what you're saying. And even to trim that down in a more condensed, topic, is Area 15 is a collaboration of art installations. This is part of the new Zone 2 of Area 15. And when you ask people, oh, would you go to a Mega Mart by Meow Wolf in Area 15 more than once? No, but I've been there, and I was there for 3-4 hours. Okay, so that's the same thing as Horror Unleashed. I keep calling it HHN, right? I got that on my brain. But I'm not going to go to Army of the Dead more than once, but that's kind of like how it's presented at Area 15. You try all these art installations and you move on, like you go to the ice bar later on down on the strip. So like you said, this is part of the Vegas experience to me. I mean, that's what I like about it the most.
Exactly. So it's part of your overall thing, and I think in that context, I think it works really, really cool. And again, like this bar, man, you're at the bar is right behind these folks.
Yeah,
right. They're chilling. They're having some drinks. You got all these monsters and like these spooky people walking around, dude. It's a vibe, man. It's a total vibe. Like, where else can you really where else can you really get this? Like, obviously you can go to HHN, but even at HHN, like, there isn't like that experience where you're like at the bar chilling and they're like coming up to you. Like, it's still a very separate thing, right? Like, you can go to the bar, but then you have to walk over to the mazes to get the scary stuff, or like walk over to like the scare zones, but it's not integrated like this into one big experience. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's good that you said that too. Cause man, I went there 3 days in a row. So I noticed, the place is open 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. 5 days a week. So it's a 40-hour shift, right? A 40-hour week shift. So it's the same actors. I saw the same actors every day, and I kind of was messing with them more and more, like, because I know that they have to start with their main their main speech, their main spiel that reels you in. and then they'll take off or they'll stop. But the cool thing is if you keep interacting or if something's different, you get more out of that actor because they have to like improv.
Yeah.
So like it comes to the point, OG, where you're like, damn, how long am I supposed to keep this actor right here? Because I'm not bored at all. You know what I mean?
That's awesome. And I love the idea. Okay, so Tommy, one of the things I love about, have you been on a Disney cruise yet or no?
No, I haven't, but I should be going on one soon. Jason Hill, what's up, man?
Shout out to Jason Hill. We love Jason.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. One of the things I love about the one of the things, well, first of all, we're talking about hit and misses. That knitted polo never misses, bro. That is hot. That is style. I love that.
Right on. Yeah, that's going hard. Yep.
I love it. I love it. But one of the things I really, really love about the cruise line is where each day that you're on there and you're doing your meals or whatever, your lunches, your dinners, what have you,
right?
You get the same like wait staff. So because you see them each time, it's like they know you and you build up a rapport, a little banter. You can mess with them and joke and have like fun, right? And it's not like a new person every single time. So when you're telling everybody like, you know, okay, it was cool because the scare actors were the same one each night. I'm like, that's pretty sick, dude, because you build that kind of like rapport like you would on the cruise line with your staff. And it kind of creates like really cool experiences because it's not just a random, like now you recognize, oh, that's the same guy from last time. Cool. We can mess with each other. You know what I'm saying? I really
not say the same thing.
Right. Exactly.
Because they have a certain, they start out like there's a guy that's like he'll like stick you with a knife. He kind of, he talks crazy. Like he's like eyeballing people like he wants to stick them with the knife or something. But if you get past that, then, you know, it goes a long way. Me and conductor actually saw one of the actors leaving and we dapped them up walking out. They were just in plain clothes at the end. It was funny because everybody's just going home. Yeah. We're like, hey, you locked in. Good looking out. Yeah, you made my experience good. Thank you.
That's incredible, bro. That's incredible. So I wanted to pause it here. Because it looks like you got Jack's Juice, $19 drink, $19 cocktail. So a little on the pricey side, a little pricey, but it comes with rum, cherry brandy, Peychaud's, aromatic bitters, lime, simple syrup, and mango nectar. Now I don't want to I know that you review this stuff, so I want to encourage everybody to get the full experience on his channel. Watch the content over on Tommy Tune. But in a nutshell, was this worth what you paid for? Or
no? Let's do it, man. We're on OG 55. So
all right, let's go.
Yeah, Jack's Juice is from Jack's Alley Bar. That's where he starts his show out every hour and a half. Man, this was crazy, bro. I'm sitting there ordering Jack's Juice, and I look to my right because I accidentally bumped the person next to me. I apologize. And I'm like, oh, hey, what's up? It was the original Jack the Clown that created him from 25 years ago.
Dude.
Okay, in Florida. So my buddy Donovan already informed me that that's who he was, but we lost track of him. Coolest guy ever. He said he's the shyest guy ever. So I was like, he couldn't tell you being Jack the Clown.
Right.
So he was older gentleman. Shout out to you if you see it. Man, he was super cool, bro. He was chopping up, telling me he basically got the person the job here to be Jack. And he actually gave me some inside news, so hopefully he doesn't watch this. Man, he said Chicago's not going with Jack as the mascot over there.
You know, that's smart, actually. I think they should mix it up. But go ahead. I'm sorry I cut you off, brother.
No. Yeah, because he just was saying that he wanted to mentor the person there. He's trying to, get in before, and he just said, no, they're not going that route. And I'm surprised. So back to this drink, it's Vegas prices, but they're pouring like they're in Vegas. That was one of the strongest drinks I've had in a while. I was like, I'm going to be pumped when I go through a house. Yeah, that's why I was like, man, me and OG got to come out here and get a drink or something. But yeah, for sure. You would like this. They had other stuff too, and they had non-alcoholic. They don't say non-alcoholic though, so you got to kind of read it. It says like tequila comparison or something like that.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah, I hate when when the wording changes for stuff, because I get so confused. Like, what happened to non-alcoholic? We can't say that anymore. Now it's comparison, this, that, and the other.
Right. And I could be butchering the word too. It could be something else, but it's like, you know what I mean? They didn't say non-alcoholic, but they had some heat there. Yeah, bro. Like, but one thing for sure is it gets crowded at that bar. So go and get your drink. If you're going in at 2 p.m., that's probably the best time to go. 2 p.m. is only entry for the one-time goers, though. They don't do the unlimited goers until 4 p.m. So I noticed it starts out always with Scarecrow open first. Then along the lines, it comes to Exorcist, Universal, Texas. Texas seems to be the last, at least the weekend that I went. So just know that, you know, they're not going to do the Jack show either unless people are there, it looks like. So Vegas wakes up late. So 2 p.m., 4 p.m. So that they may have to change the time frame eventually, maybe to 12 or, you know, maybe, 4 to 12, or if they stick with that 8-hour time frame. Like, to be honest, OG, when would you go? Would you go during the day, or would you go like at night to start your night off, or towards the end of the night?
If I was in Vegas, I think I would probably, because honestly, bro, I'm a club guy. I like going clubbing. I do. I've always had a good time doing that stuff. So I'd probably hit this up in the afternoon. This would be like my pregame, you know, get hyped up, have a couple drinks, you know, just enjoy it. And then when like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock hits, hit the club on the strip, you know?
I can see it. I can see that going down. See, I like your aspect. Your outlook on this is good. It's not like an all-day thing, even though a horror buff, a horror fan like me, stayed there the whole shift. I stayed there from 2 to 10 the first day. The second day, we stayed there almost the whole time. The third day, I stayed there. We left at 7. All right, so, you know, almost there the whole time, man. This hat sold out. Hopefully they restocked. It got crowded in there, man. Like, I don't care what people are saying. At one point, it looks dry. Maybe your video could be like, oh, these guys were scary.
Yeah, like she was like really in character. She's not cracking a smile. She's just straight up looking. She's not even blinking, bro.
She's scary. They're scary. So he's the slasher. It looks like they have slasher people in there, demonic people, like witch type of, you know, like medieval people. They have all different types of horror stuff. With that being said, that's what you kind of want. You know what I mean? Like, since we're on Rough Cuts, that's what this restaurant is. There's 2 restaurants, and one's called Rough Cuts. This is the Grab and Go. It's mainly all barbecue. And but the only wrong thing that I would say with this is the prices are the same as the sit down.
Oh, okay.
So 14 for this when I could go pay 14 for the 3 sliders. So, you know, Vegas prices mixed with theme park prices come again. So yeah, that's the hard thing, bro. Yeah.
Now how much does it cost to get into the event, like the venue, like for admission?
So I'm gonna butcher it, but I would say 60 to 100. And then there's a VIP now that's out for like a group of 6. That's pretty pricey.
Okay. So you're okay. So if you get out there for between 60 and 100 to get in, so we'll just say we'll meet in the middle.
Round it to 100. Let's say 100. Okay,
$100 to get in, right?
Okay.
And you get like one meal or so. You're probably looking at like 150-ish experience.
Right.
By the time you get in, by the time you drink, by the time you eat, maybe drink, maybe 200. Is that kind of what we're looking at on average?
Right. So I went with somebody that doesn't drink, and mind you, I don't drink like that. I drink on occasion, but I went with someone that doesn't drink, and they were still able to get through everything. That's what I was wondering too. I was trying to think if people just wanted to go real quick and burn through it. I mean, Theme Park Wizard's right. Don't go in at 2 p.m. because only Scarecrow's open, but go in at 4 with your unlimited pass and just burn through all 4 houses like 3-4 times. That would be cracking, man. I can't even complain being like a horror fan. You know?
Oh, bro. Now I want to get to this. This meal in a second, but I've actually last time I went to HHN, I didn't drink at all. I was completely sober. So I'm kind of interested, like what that experience would feel like. Like having a few, getting a little tipsy, and then going through those mazes, because that's gotta be wild. Did you experience that? Because you said the drink was kind of strong. Were you kind of feeling it, and then you were going through those mazes, kind of tipsy?
Right. So I've never drank at HHN either because you're walking like 20K steps, right? So why drink? But man, this was crazy because it's air conditioned. You're in like a warehouse. You're in a contained area. You're not, So yeah, I was going through. It made it more spooky for sure. Like, I wasn't holding my phone up. I was, actually experiencing it. Man, when you're going through Exorcist the Believer, there's one hallway that they have both little girls coming at you at both sides, and I'm like, this is intense. Like, what if you want to get through and you can't get by it? They're coming at you no matter what.
Man, so that's wild. That is wild. Now this Torta al Pastor. See, my white boy coming through. I massacred that, bro.
No, that's it. That's it. Hey, massacre, perfect for this.
Okay, cool. How was it though? I mean, did it? I know it's a little expensive, but I mean, did it hit? Was it good?
No, I literally, from your words, I massacred it so I love barbecue, man. And the thing is so the torta wasn't a normal shape, but it was a pretty decent size. And especially if you got a drink too, and you just got to feed the alcohol real quick, this is probably the move. And to be honest, there's a hot dog type of hot link too that other people were getting as well. And I think it's smart having these grab and goes because not everybody could get into that restaurant. It fills up fast at the Blumhouse Premier House. And it's almost borderline like you feel special when you're in there, man, because you're like, how did I get in? The stuff super themed. But this Rough Cuts is fire, and the staff was really on point too. It doesn't seem like they have to act at everybody, but they still put their neck in. They're like, oh, this shoulder just went in. It just went in. Like they kind of like give you that, like, oh, it's human meat. You know what I mean? So like, I don't know. Everybody plays their part. And if you're not nervous or, I don't really get too like crazy. Like when I'm at Disney, I can interact and I feel like I don't get like starstruck unless you're like a real celebrity, but I feel like I could goof off with these people. So I'm like goofing off with these people, trying to get the reception back. Cause I know, once I'm done, I'm done. That's the thing. I was like, am I going to be bored of this? The third day, I'm kind of like, okay, it's the same thing, but I'm now with different people.
Right.
Then when I get back into town, I'm like, man, I could go back. So I think horror fans will go back, bro.
No, absolutely. And with any themed experience, whether you're going to Disney, whether you're going to Universal Studios, whatever, or this, who you go with completely alters the experience, right? So going with, one buddy, one time, and then, dang, this looks freaking good, by the way, man.
Oh, yeah. Dude,
I mean, the
bacon
food is
popcorn.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Bro, honey sriracha popcorn chicken, pico de gallo, sour cream, bacon, popcorn, and onion. Dude, that looks fire, man. How was this one?
So this was at Premier House, and like I said, it's $15, so only $3 more or $1 more or whatever. I already forgot what we were looking at. But, man, we had to sit at the bar because it was so swamped. Like, they got us in. They brought this out in like 15 minutes, bro. Like, like $15, 15 minutes, I'll take it. You would definitely like it. I think you're coming from LA, bro. I know you know the Mexican food, man. So, yeah, for sure. It's just as funny because this feels like a foodie item, right? They put popcorn on it for a crunch.
I've never seen that done before. That's actually pretty cool.
Right. It's almost like popcorn for the corn maze for Scarecrow.
Oh, gotcha.
Good theming, right? Their theming was crazy. I'm dropping another food review, but it's strictly for Premier House tomorrow. So yeah, we could check on that. But yeah, bro, I think you would spend some money here, bro.
I think so too, man. Between the drinks and this food, I love the way they have, like, I guess it's onion coming out with the popcorn. It definitely in theme with that Scarecrow stuff, man. That is really sick, man. Okay, so food is on point here, and then this thing, my God.
So this was labeled and colored in red. This was their star appetizer. It's the boiler bread. All right. This was really good. It was like garlic butter, and man, this fondue dip was crazy, bro. Smoky as can be. You would dip it in and you'd be like, man, this is something. So he actually showed me and did the whole presentation, but I just kind of enjoyed it. I didn't catch it. The third day they didn't do the presentation with the person I ordered with the third day, but that's fine. It's okay. I don't need the presentation every time, but it was cool when they lit it on fire and it was like kind of, yeah.
Oh, that's sick, bro. This is like perfect, like drinking food.
Exactly. Perfect drinking food. And then right when you walk around, like there's Megan comes out and dances for you, like every hour. There's a purge setup you could take pictures with. You know what I mean? So there's a lot to do. I mean, there's couches too where people are just hanging out, but you have to get invited in here. Like you could walk in, but there's nowhere to sit. You have to make sure you get sat down by a waiter or waitress.
Okay. Interesting, man. The food looks fantastic. Really, really good stuff.
Yeah. So
Wow.
like for people, you know, that may not be able to, so for my plan for this is always go in, do a house, then chill, get a drink, then maybe do another house, then get something to eat at the quick spot, then
Right.
maybe get another drink at the boiler room now, right? Then go to another house, then come eat here, then finish off the night at one more house, then go get some merch. You'll be there for like 3-4 hours. Like
That's
to be honest.
perfect. And I think for the price point, I think for what this is as a standalone venue, I think 3 or 4 hours is perfectly fine. You know?
Me too.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely. This is wild stuff. Wild, wild stuff, man. I'm impressed, dude. I'm impressed. You know, I think that like I was saying earlier, like if you include this into your Vegas trip, it's perfect. You know, I don't think people will be disappointed. You know, I really want to see Universal's game plan for the rest of the year because
Me too.
during Halloween season, it's going to be the HHN thing kind of. But man, January, February, March, what are they going to do with this thing? I mean, are they going to keep Halloween? Are they going to mix it up a little bit? You know, I don't know. You know,
Right. Just to bring it back full circle from the beginning of the conversation is, you know, will this last? I think it will. They're off 2 days out of the week. Let's say Universal was just looking at it as let's take a percentage of the Halloween Horror Nights fans from both sides of the coast and let's get a percentage from them. And whatever that percentage is, it has to meet a certain, you know, I don't think they were banking on everybody and their mom going to this, bro. I think
right?
it was a percentage of their statistics from their events that are based around Halloween for 2 months out of the year. I
Yeah,
think they're like, we can make money off this, even in the off. So they know, you know, January is off season. They know these are off seasons, but then maybe it won't be 2 days out the week that they'll be shut down. Maybe it'll be 4. And then maybe they'll retheme those two houses like Exorcist in Texas. Like I said, you could remove Scarecrow, keep 100%. Their facade is crazy. And then Universal Monsters blow Scarecrow. You know, it's like their main event is Universal Monsters. So
yeah,
keep those two, change out the other two IPs. Maybe keep, you know, Exorcist is Blumhouse right now. Maybe always keep that Blumhouse since they have Premier House. Maybe they have a contract. And then Texas, maybe always change that out with, you know, something or keep the slasher vibe. Because for me, it's like I'm a big slasher person.
yeah.
And that's just my age I grew up in. And there's probably people older than me, you know, that were really in the prime of slasher. So keep the slasher element, you know, that bucket guy with his sister, that was that, and then Texas, that was the slasher part. That was, you know, but that was what I loved the most was all that stuff. Because of course we like the demonic stuff, but that is very scary. And let me tell you, like if you end the day on Exorcist, it's
Woo-wee.
gonna be like, oh man, I need a drink or because these houses are detailed way beyond Hollywood. Because Hollywood, there's some black walls, red walls sometimes. This, you feel like you're walking through the house that they were in Haiti
Wow.
from the movie. You're like, I don't want to be here, actually.
Oh, that's crazy,
Yeah,
bro. That's
it's
perfect.
crazy.
And that's what I was expecting. I was hoping for that. I was hoping that that would have a more permanent feel because this is a much more permanent thing than HHN. So that's exactly the direction they should be going in with this, you know? So love that.
Right. And I could even see just one more thing. I could even see people craving this on November 2nd or 3rd, right when all the haunts end. And then like, hey man, let's take a trip to Vegas because HHN's done, Not Scary Farm's done, you know what I mean? All these events are done. Let's go try to cap it out. I feel like there's always going to be those people that want to go experience this to get that adrenaline rush or feel that horror element, you know?
Yeah, no, 100%. Tommy, always love having you on. I always love chopping it up with you. Fantastic content. Link down below, everybody. Make sure you check Tommy Toon World out on YouTube. Subscribe, watch the content, watch his coverage of it all the way through. He does a lot of great stuff. And if you're a theme park fan, he's got a lot of Disney stuff in there too. He's got WWE. So he does a lot of coverage. So make sure you check him out, show him some love. Tommy, if you want to give everybody the info on your socials, and we'll get out of here.
Man, OG55, man, I appreciate you having me on. I always love coming on here and chopping up with you. Getting these topics, you know, some people don't like to talk about them, but we will nail it down for you so you could have that experience. But hey, to be honest, I'm just trying to get these food reviews done and eat. Man, you can find me on Tommy Toon World on YouTube and on Instagram for that more day-to-day at TommyToon_. And like I said, man, I appreciate you, buddy.
Oh, of course, Tommy. Your family here at OG55. Love to get you back on again very, very soon. Actually, I'm gonna be seeing you very, very soon, bro. So in person.
Oh man, I didn't know if that was tight-lipped. I was like, okay, we're locked in, man.
We're locked in. So thank you, Tommy. Thank you all so much for watching this episode of OG55. Go check out Tommy Toon World down below. And until the next time, see you.
Thank you so much for watching OG55. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and become a member today.